man, is being able to get used to anything.
The drill instructors cease to be seen as terrifying monsters and start to become an unavoidable fact of life, and eventually a role model to be emulated. Because Marine culture passes flying down through generations, drill instructors speak with a bizarre mix of hyper-specific military jargon and acronyms, and strangely...
Why are there so many of them stand like this? You notice that? A lot of these guys, right? Like when they're walking, their back is all curved like this. You think, what is that? Is that intentional, or are they doing that on purpose, or do they have some kind of scoliosis that gets developed?
Preserved slang from many decades ago, all of which is picked up and emulated by the recruits.
What? Sir.
A loose thread sticking out of a uniform is called an IP, which stands for Irish Pennant. IPs are also said to be terrorists because they sabotage uniform inspections. A recruit who marches with an uneven, bouncing gait is told to stop diddy-bopping.
Diddy-bopping, wow.
A slow or weak recruit is said to be heinous, which many recruits and, in fact, drill instructors have misheard and will continue to mispronounce as anus for their entire career.
I don't know if they misheard, bro. I think they know what they're saying.
When giving direction, a drill instructor may remind recruits that it would behoove you to listen closely, which is also frequently mispronounced or typed in written orders as it would be who of you.
Wow, no, maybe they are stupid, actually. The anus one, I thought, hey, maybe they're just trying to be funny, they know what they're doing. No, but this one, this is just, they don't know words.
A perfectly made bed or starched and ironed uniform can be said to be either squared away or tight.
'Hop is for kids, but let me prove you wrong. There are many different types of games on PlayHop, such as
said to be either squared away or tight. A flawlessly executed drill movement is also tight. Anything a drill instructor thinks looks cool, for example, a Punisher skull tattoo overlaid with the American flag, is also said to be tight.
Not tight.
Seven weeks in, with the platoon now in phase 2 of training, West Coast recruits will board a bus and be driven about an hour to Camp Pendleton for rifle marksmanship training.
Yeah, I went to school near Camp Pendleton in San Diego. Near enough that I heard about it all the time, and like Marines would always come into the store I worked at.
While at Pendleton, the squad will stay in the new squad bay with the new rack mates. At this time, I developed a plan to position myself as the scribe's rack mate for the duration of our time in Pendleton. My goal was to use close proximity to soften his attitude toward me. By making myself as helpful to him as possible, I hoped to convince him that he had been too harsh in judging me and give me a much-needed break from Firewatch.
Let's see, did it work? Well, you chase escapes.
As soon as we arrived in the new squad bay, I locked onto Burke with laser focus, tracking his every movement, and managed to secure the space next to him. He was not happy about this.
I know it, yeah. That sounds about right.
Over the following days, I put out maximum and conspicuous effort. As we made our beds and got dressed each morning, I carried out my part with explosive intensity, and then took any opportunity I could to help Burke with his, always careful to appear helpful and efficient rather than patronizing. This turned out to be quite easy, because for all his talents as a scribe, Burke turned out to be a fairly lousy recruit, who had fallen under the radar only by virtue of being racked in a less visible corner of our old squad bay. My scheming was successful, and over a day or two, Burke began to warm up to me.
Okay.
One night, after lights out, He admitted that he had misjudged me up until this point. I smiled and told him it was no big deal, while privately seething that someone who had so callously deprived me of sleep for the last 50 days could be so nonchalant about it.
Goddamn.
I still hated him, but I held my tongue and did not stand another fire watch for the rest of Phase 2.
Okay. Guess it worked out, right?
Over the next several weeks, recruits will spend most of their day out on the range learning to shoot their rifles. By the standards of boot camp, it is a fairly laid-back time. There are obvious risks in providing 600 exhausted, depressed recruits with live ammunition. Accidental discharges are not uncommon, so to keep stress and confusion to a minimum, drill instructors are kept away from the range, and the marksmanship instructors generally treat recruits gently.
Wow, yeah. They keep the drill instructors away because they would get fucking shot. It would be some guy who's just like, fuck this guy, and just shoots him.
I mostly remember the range from a quiet but persistent fear that several of the recruits walking around with me carrying loaded rifles might fit the profile of a mass shooter.
Wow.
One of these was Recruit Meckler, a notorious terrorist from one of the other platoons, whose name and reputation had already spread to ours.
That's not good.
Meckler was very intelligent, but also arrogant and spiteful, and it soon became very clear to me why his platoon loathed him so much. Still, he was interesting to talk to, and although our personalities did not mesh, we seemed to develop a kind of begrudging respect for each other. At one point, while talking about the lives we left behind and what we would do during our 10 days of boot leave upon graduating, I made some offhanded comment about how I'd probably need to take a sheet of acid to process the trauma of it all, to which Meckler responded with an unprompted lecture about the effects of LSD on the brain.
Oh, God. Of course he's a fucking dork.
Lunchtime on the range comes in the form of a packed brown bag lunch, known as a bag nasty, which contains a ham sandwich, a hard-boiled egg,
A bag nasty.
a fruit, packets of ketchup and mustard, and a juice carton. Every mealtime, the drill instructors would walk the recruits through the same ritual. Unwrap every item, put it into the bag, squeeze in the condiments and juice, and then mush it all up and drink it. This concoction is known as a recruit milkshake.
Oh.
Wherever feasible, I refused to do this, and would go through the motions while concealing my unwrapped and intact sandwich to eat later. This would draw the ire of some recruits around me, who viewed avoidance of an indignity as a kind of betrayal.
Yup. That's the whole cult thing. It's really set in nice and deep in some of them. They don't admire your ability to escape the humiliation or the torture. They look at you as a traitor for doing it.
Go get it, get out.
One night, while in my rack a few minutes after lights out, I heard my name screamed out from the quarterdeck. Still in my underwear, I was taken to the senior drill instructor's office and placed at the position of attention before him. He interrogated me about what I had talked about on the range that day, and it soon became clear to me that Meckler, in a bid to curry favor with his drill instructors by proving how seriously he took military law, had reported me for my comment about taking acid.
Nice.
Admitting to drug use in the military means automatic separation. I was terrified, but was able to keep my bearing and stuck to a single talking point. This recruit believes that all recruits present understood it as a joke, sir. But if Recruit Meckler did not understand it as a joke, this recruit acknowledges that he did the correct thing in reporting me. My senior drill instructor stared me down for a while, and then dismissed me with a stern reminder to be more careful what I said around people from now on. Before I left, he called me back one last time and gave me a final piece of advice. You will meet many, many Recruit Mecklers in the Marine Corps.
Oh, yeah. Not just in the Marines, but life. Dorks and tryhards that miss the forest for the trees, man.
During rifle training, the company is split in half. In the morning, one group will shoot, while the others march 500 yards downrange to work in the pits. They will spend the next 5 to 6 hours raising and lowering targets, marking hits, and repairing damage in between volleys. Work in the pits is chaotic and miserable.
I bet.
It is hot.
Looks hot.
Flies a few feet over your head continuously. And the sliding frames used to raise and
Hell
lower
no, I'm
targets
playing the game. What? He always at every casino, man. Ain't that the story? He got a gambling problem. He not yet. He at whatever casino is the state that he in, fool. How can he be in Kansas City casino when he got a show in Las Vegas? Did you hear what I said? We both know he goes to Las Vegas. We both know he be in California. We both know he do tours. So obviously he got a gambling problem and he gamble wherever he goes. He not always in Kansas City casino, but when he do a show in Kansas City, niggas always see him at the casino at least once. Because he got a gambling problem. But he can't come to Kansas City casino when he's in Las Vegas. He can't come to our casino when he in California. He can't come here when he on tour. He not always there like OG Auntie. You know what I'm saying? He don't go every fucking weekend like her. He down there whenever he in town type shit. Like if all said doing the show, go to the casino and get an autograph, bitch, because that's where he gonna be at. What you mean? It's buddy. He probably lost hella money, and he thinking if he just make a few more millions and keep gambling, he can make the money he lost back. Like a nigga shooting dice. If a nigga loses money, he like, hold on, cuz I'm gonna run to the ATM, I'll be right back. He think if he gets some more money, he get a chance to win his shit back. When I lose, I'll just be like, I count it. I kind of like count my losses. Like I ain't coming back to try to win no more, because then I might lose some more. So I just be like, nah, you got it, girl. I don't know. I don't gamble. I try to make calculations and shit. If I think it's a cool bet, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't just gamble outright, like guessing and shit, hoping and praying. Like, if it's, if I guessed a jar full of jelly beans in middle school and I got the number close as fuck and I won the prize, and I see that same size jelly bean at a gambling place, and they like, guess how many you could win, da-da-da, then I might do that, because I'm like, yeah, I done did that before, nigga. I got an idea, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's blackjack and it's like only a certain number of cards in the deck and we both got to try to get 21, it's like an even playing ground. Or if we shooting dice and we both got to roll them bitches and we both got to let it gamble, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. But when it's like gambling on like horse racing and shit like that, the casino always win, bro. The fucking slot machine shit, nah, I'm cool. Because they set the algorithm on the slot machine like, oh, well, you can let one person win every 100,000 spins. So it's just a 1 in 100,000 chance to win. So 100,000 niggas spend $1 and lose it, then one nigga win 10,000 and think he doing something. You know what I'm saying? Well, we done lost 100,000 collectively, and one nigga won 10,000. We all see that nigga like, damn, I'm about to go get on the machine, cuz. Nigga just hit 10,000. I only lost $1, yeah, but 100,000 niggas lost $1. He won 10,000 off $1, so it looked good. Like, we only lost $1, he won 10,000 on $1. That ain't bad. Niggas ain't doing the whole math. Like, nigga, nah, they took 100,000 from all of y'all and gave one of y'all 10,000 and tricked y'all niggas into thinking that was a good deal.
Stock often. The targets are old and in a state of near total deterioration. Telling a miss from a hit on a shredded area of target is guesswork, and generally a recruit's
Why
score
you
will
think
be
he
a complete
keep going,
fiction.
nigga? If it was working
Whether he
for him, he
passes or
probably would
fails
quit
will
by
come down to
that.
how charitable the recruit responsible for his target
Matter
is
of
feeling
fact,
on
if it was
that day.
working for him, he would have been banned from every casino.
Trace of
Niggas
this
who
crew
do
wins, he
win,
learned in the pit
casinos
is
ban them niggas. They call them
honesty
party
and
counters
integrity,
and
sir.
shit. Nigga, you get beat the fuck up, they catch you in there again. So obviously
You know,
he ain't
you would
making
think
no
for all
noise
the
in that
money that we
motherfucker, or
put
they
in the
wouldn't
U.S.
even want him in
military,
there.
we would at the very least be able to splurge
If they
a little
welcome
bit,
you in there, that means
but
you
have these
losing.
like fresh targets. But I guess not.
Hey, I'm
One of the
saying,
better jobs
you a losing motherfucker. Come on.
is pasty.
You known to lose 100,000 a
Whenever a
night.
target is hit,
Yeah, I talked to the
recruits
other
catch the
casino
phone calls
owners. You
using
got
small
meetings and shit.
stickers
They
known
told
as
me about
pasties.
too. Come on,
They
cuz
come
you
in
ain't
two
never want to
colors,
catch,
matching
nigga.
white
Come
and
on.
black regions of the
You
target.
be taking hits on 20, nigga.
Recruits
Come on,
working the
nigga.
targets will shout out for whichever color they're running low on, and the recruits on pasty duty.
Oh yeah, that's that nigga that be putting 100,000 on black. Welcome in. You want a drink,
Or
nigga?
more safety.
Get relaxed. Somebody get him a girl.
Awarded more 2026 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus awards than any other brand.
Pasty duty sprint down the line to hand them out. By this point in training, recruits with a knack for mischief will have discovered one of the rare pleasures of boot camp. You can often amuse yourself by behaving
I
extremely
never spent no
stupidly,
money at the
and
casino.
everyone will
Bro.
assume that
I mean, I did. I went to the movies in there, and I went to the arcade, but I ain't never went to go put no
My
money
partner
in
and I on
that.
pasty duty conspired to
I
split
think
our
I put
inventory
$1 in
so that
the
I
slot
carried only the
machine,
white pasties,
like
and he
10
carried only
cents at
the
a
black
time or
ones.
something. It was a nickel machine. I put
Then,
$1 in there. I'm like, if I
opposite ends
gamble
of the
20
long line
times
of
and don't
targets,
win nothing,
we
nigga, I
began
quit.
marching up and down
Nigga,
the
I bet a
rows,
whole dollar,
puffing
5
each
cents at
target
a time. I
individually
didn't win
to snap
shit, so
90
I'm like, I'm
degrees
out,
to face
nigga.
the pit crew, screaming, "White pasty recruit" or "Black pasty
Because
recruit."
just because it was $1 don't mean nothing. So if I spent $1 and I played a nickel machine, that mean I got to spend the thing 20 times. So I'm winning like a quarter, but then I lose 3 times. Then I win like 50 cents, and I lose 4 times and shit. So then you win, but you don't never win more than your dollar. So it's like then once the dollar ran out, I'm like, nigga, I done play like 20 times. I ain't made no money. So if I was playing $5, nigga, I would have lost $200 or something. You know what I'm saying? If I was spending $100 at a time, I would have lost fucking what the fuck is 20 times 100? Two, blah 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 blah. So whatever the fuck, man. I'm hot. 20 times 100 should only be 20 hundreds, which is 2,000. Yeah. So I would have lost $2,000 if I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm cool. I think I played $5. But I also think I was playing some penny machines too. But I know I spent that motherfucker hella times and it wasn't worth it. I'm like, nah, because if I go to the crab table and then I went to the crab table, they was like, oh, it gotta be $20 or less to roll. I'm like, nigga, I'm not betting $20 on one roll. You hard, nigga, we shoot dollars in the hood, nigga, not no 20s and shit, man.
No timeline exists where Magneto yields.
At the top of our lungs. Recruits who called for us because they actually needed pasties in that moment were ignored and forced to wait their turn as their targets were shot to tatters. The night before we left Camp Pendleton, we lay in our racks at the position of attention, waiting for our knowledge hat to give the order to tuck in for the night as he paced up and down the rows delivering a motivational speech in the dark. He told us that upon our return to San Diego, we'd be Phase 3 recruits well on our way to being Marines, and that in the next morning we would clean the squad base spotless before leaving. A Marine, he said, always leaves things in better condition than when he found it. From my bed, I called out into the dark. "Accept Iraq, sir."
Oh my god, what a fucking troll.
At this time, the country was still in the middle of a bloody civil war following the withdrawal of U.S. forces. Everything went completely still. I remember laying there realizing I had fucked up badly, which just cost the entire platoon a night of sleep. After what felt like an eternity, the drill instructor scoffed. "Yeah," he reminisced. "We fucked them up real good." At some point during training, the
Yeah, man, I'm glad I didn't go down this road.
platoon will be gathered up for a time-honored tradition that every Marine I've ever met has experienced some variation of. The particular details always vary, but it involves an announcement of a major terrorist attack and subsequent declaration of war on
Because I for sure probably would have bought in 100%, became like the worst version of myself possible. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
ISIS, Iran, North Korea, or whichever geopolitical adversary happens to occupy the current news cycle. Recruits are told that the president has declared a national emergency. Those who enlisted as reservists are being switched to active duty, and everyone will be reassigned a combat role. Training will be accelerated, and upon graduation, the platoon will be deployed to the front lines. It is at this point that the recruits are told that anyone who does not feel ready for this can privately tell their senior drill instructor and will be processed out with an honorable discharge and full benefits.
Wow.
All of this, of course, is a lie. And any recruit who expects in good faith that the institution followed the terms of the enlistment contract it signed with him will be exposed to the platoon and shamed mercilessly as a coward. He lacks the Marine Corps' 3 core values of honor, courage, and commitment.
That's fucking crazy.
While nobody
man.
in my platoon fell for this, I've always found it noteworthy that any recruits shamed in this way are the ones with the courage to ask the institution to honor its own commitment. In addition to various physical fitness and marksmanship evaluations, recruits are also required to pass a written knowledge exam as a requirement to graduate. Every answer comes from a book that recruits have been memorizing for months, but drill instructors will also typically procure a copy of the answer sheet in advance.
We're in Hollywood at the LA Film School campus. Let me show you our pro spaces where our students work and learn. So now we're at our main stage. The main stage is one out of the 7 sound stages that we have at the school. Our students have production classes in here. One day you might be the director. The next day you might be a boom operator. We want you to really get your feet wet so you can see what you have a passion for on the film set. Welcome to our chaplain sound stage. We've seen this space be a bar, a club, a little girl's bedroom, so you can definitely get creative with the set design in here. You'll also learn about lighting, like how to change the set from day to night, how to make the set look more moody and dim, just depending on the visual storytelling you're going for. And here we have our massive green screen. Mostly our animation and cinematography students collab in the green screen. This is our equipment room, also known as our ER. So this is where film students come to book out cameras, lighting, and sound equipment.
Months. But drill instructors will also typically procure a copy of the answer sheet in advance and hand them out to the platoon along with the test.
Wow.
Which is another common refrain in the Marine Corps. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Wow, man. Yeah, which makes you wonder, what was the point? What was the point of it all?
The final weeks of training go by quickly.
It's not about what they put in your head. It's about what they did to your soul. Did they capture it? That's all that matters.
They are just as chaotic and miserable as the rest, but there are a few surprises by this point. Training culminates in a 3-day event known as the Crucible. Recruits hike for 45 miles under a full load of gear with little food or sleep.
Wow, 45 miles.
Along the way, they are stopped frequently for hazing sessions, which come in the form of teamwork challenges and other ordeals. The Crucible is generally depicted
It's like almost 90,000 steps. Yeah, it's like 2,000 steps is about a mile. Yeah, wow.
as the defining trial of recruit training, and the thing that recruits fear most. I don't really have much to say about it. It sucks, but time goes by quickly. After a final hike to the top of the mountain, recruits are given the title of Marine in a small ceremony. Drill instructors award them their Eagle Globe and Anchor, shake their hand, and address them as Marine for the first time. This is an emotional moment for all recruits. Most of us teared up a bit.
Made you fucking earn that shit, boy.
A row ahead of me, I watched our knowledge head drop Rain's EGA in the dirt, while muttering that he hopes he gets blown up by an IED.
God damn. Wow.
Yeah.
A few days
Yeah,
later,
what?
the company graduates in a ceremony attended by their families.
The porch?
One recruit fainted from heat exhaustion, smashing his jaw in the concrete as he went down. Information.
Oh man, you know everybody was like, what a fucking bitch. What a puss, man. You just like fucked up the whole vibe, bro. Like, just the aura loss just off of that is insane.
Been held until the ceremony concluded as the crowd screamed for someone to help.
Dog. Like, yeah, he's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it far. You know the only reason someone ran to pick him up is because like their families were watching. They were like, we can't let the civilians see this shit. They're gonna fucking, we cry about it. Yeah, man. Wow. So there you have it, guys. Marine Corps boot camp. Truly, truly unlike anything else I've ever seen, man. But y'all let me know what you think about all this. In the comments down below. Thank you for watching. Until next time.
Here are 3 things I wish I knew before starting aviation school. Number 1, you're not going to know everything in one day, and everything's going to seem overwhelming, but you have to remember we're all here to learn how to put pieces together. And 2, don't be afraid to ask questions. You have instructors here, you have your classmates here who are here to help you along the way. And the 3, to my women in aviation, this may be a male-dominated field, but don't be afraid to pick up space and speak up, because you 100% belong here. Would much rather watch things like the movies. Oh, somebody 40 years?
I know. 40 years this year. It's pretty crazy. I know.
You've not watched it? Is that true?
Well,
You've only seen it once?
watched it. I might have seen it twice, but I mean, my big thing is that I know it's going to be the first line of my obituary, and it kind of bums me out. It will be.
You think?
Oh yeah, I'm willing to bet. It's absolutely going to be the first line. I mean, it's not going to be like, Oscar winner.
I actually disagree, and I was going to bring this up later when we start talking about tax.
Hey guys, YouTube's been real awesome about the community guidelines, so if you are over the age of 18, you're cool. But if you're not, please don't watch this. In today's video, I'm taking the sick and the ugly and turning them into the cured and healthy. Plants, which are vibrant, full of life, ready to pack on serious resinous flowers. I'm doing this using the easiest organic methods that I know, and if you're interested, I'll show you everything I do to go from shit to shit with these plants.
Talk to me.
Welcome to the beginning of 2 special cultivars. It's the seedling stages for a violet fuel and a forum Girl Scout cookie cross. They are being grown organically inside these small starter cups. The light source used for these seedlings is from the Spider Farmer SF2000, which is on a vegetative schedule of 18 hours on, 6 hours off. The seeds have broken through the living soil surface, and the first set of leaves called cotyledons have opened up.
Talk to me.
These set of starter leaves will provide the youngsters with the energy they need to grow. During this stage, the seedlings are incredibly delicate and need just the right conditions to thrive. Adequate light, the right temperature, and proper moisture. As they grow, they start producing true leaves, which will take over the role of photosynthesis from the cotyledons. Inside each starting cup is a simple, organic, slow-release recipe that will allow each seed to germinate and grow big and strong for weeks to come. This soil is more than just dirt. It's a complex ecosystem teeming with life, playing a crucial role supporting plant growth. The materials that I'm using to create this nutrient-rich environment that supports robust plants is from Gaia Green Organics. The medium I'm using is their Living Soil Blend. This potting mix recharged slow-release organic fertilizers and has the optimal soil retention for root growth. I often have 100% germination success rate planting in this soil. But the 1-2 punch includes unprocessed manure of earthworms, otherwise known as worm castings. Now this shit is loaded with beneficial microorganisms to enhance nutrient availability and improve the soil quality. This increases the organic matter in my soil and improves the soil's uptake of nutrients and water. It's really an all-purpose fertilizer, and I use it from start to finish all my grows, whether it's germination, vegging, or flowering. My veg recipe does include 444 all-purpose. This is what I will use for the entirety of veg. This formulation combines nutrient release rates for feeding plants for weeks to come. So some weeks the plant upkeep is truly just water them when they are dry to the touch because the plants will feed themselves. The last ingredient I am trying is a new product to me. It's high quality charcoal. This one is Black Pearl from GrowTech. This is going to help build the soil up. Ingredients like biochar, volcanic rock dust, humates, and kelp, ingredients of which give the soil a boost and help condition the soil for better plant performance and increase the biodiversity, biological activity in the soil. Thousands of years ago, activated charcoal was discovered to improve crop productivity by enhancing the soil quality. The common theme is soil quality. Shortly after everything is germinated, they seem to show up in a seasonal fashion. Some months are more prominent than others, while others, there's not one in sight from start to finish. That is with keeping the growing conditions consistent from run to run. I'm implementing some basic tasks, which will directly help in controlling these somewhat harmless gnats. Adding the yellow sticky traps will catch the adult flies and help reduce the repopulation count. I'll increase the airflow over the topsoil because they suck at flying in high winds. Lastly, I'll need to pay closer attention to my watering schedule and make sure the dryback happens. All these things should help control the minor issue. A quick time lapse here will show that from seed span an entire 30 days. I have let these plants go a little too long in these very small starting cups. They are overgrown, depleted for food, well, just not looking that great. What they need is a fresh transplant, bigger pots with rich living soil, ready for welcoming roots. What they need is a little more attention. To continue with the vegging of each plant, I am mixing up more of the veg recipe I just saw. I'm using living soil mixed in with roughly 10% organic worm castings to the soil being used. I am salad tossing in 444 all-purpose fertilizer at 3 tablespoons per 1 gallon, medium used, and a little added biochar as the cherry on top sort of thing. Not necessarily required.